No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the co-host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't had to do that in a while. Welcome to the number one wrestling podcast on Pornhub, the Smackin It Raw Podcast, where I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the quintessential stud muffin of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter. And I am here with my co-host who's fucking up, Daddy Delgado, the Pornhub Poppy, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. My friend Vince.
Te quiero mucho, carnal.
And our co-host this evening, and almost every evening, Miss Katie Kinzy Bay, host of Sheely Showcase Inside the Mind of In the Crowd, and Story Time with Miss Katie Kinzy Bay.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
What's going on?
My three favorite people not sitting on your couch. Do you have three people you like better than us that are sitting on your couch right now?
Wow.
That's a good question right there.
Also, shout out to Get Your Podcast. Shout out to Tom, who, by the way, loved our Texas Chainsaw Massacre watch along, and we've only done one of those, so we know where he watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Katie loved it too. It's her favorite thing. I hear she watches it once a week.
Oh, yeah. Every week.
Well, I mean, if you want to keep watching it like Katie does, you should head on over to pornhub.com/model/creationworld, where that watch along is exclusively there.
It is there, and there's also another watch along that's exclusively there for a different film. But the one that Katie actually really truly enjoyed is not there, and I'm still working on Travis to get to post that up on another porn site. So what's in the cup? It's an It cup, and it's water, as always, every week. It's water. Because, well, not every week. There was that one time I had hard Mountain Dew on the show.
Yeah.
As Justin mentioned, thank you, Just. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is officially the 6-year anniversary of the Smackin It Raw podcast, the very first episode, which you can go listen to on all podcast streaming services, dropped on July 1st or 21st, 6 years ago.
Like July 1st.
I've been doing this. Well, July 1st would have been 20 days ago. Yeah. I've been doing this for 6 years, and I'm still fucking up. So sometimes you get better, sometimes you don't. I think we've come a long way.
You're first grader. You're first grader right now. Yeah, because kindergartners aren't they like 5 years old?
It's no sugar Dr. Pepper. It's not cherry Dr. Pepper. Cherry Dr. Pepper's gross.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you, Tom. Been going raw and hard for 6 years strong. I've been going raw and hard for a lot longer than that, Justin.
Scumbag Matt.
Oh, that's funny.
You guys can also check us out, probably live right now, as most people are, on one of two sites, one of which is twitch.tv/creationworld, where if you've got Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming, which means you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and get a free sub that you should give me because it's been 6 years and I deserve it. So let's celebrate. But also, if not me, maybe Will and Allison over at Rivet City Radio or any of your favorite Twitch streamers. Just give it to somebody because Jeff Bezos doesn't need any more money. Or you can be over there with Tom watching on YouTube at youtube.com/creationworld. And it's free to like, to subscribe, to comment so that more people get exposed to all of this. Just spread me around like an STD. Trust me, they're gonna love it.
Sir.
What?
No.
That's an expression right there.
best thing you can do is go up to the top and flick that bean we call the notification bell. You get notified every time we go live.
Yeah, that's correct.
I gotta figure all that out. That's not me yet. Almost.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
I'm almost there. We're close.
You got real Coke?
No, that's
you and Tony Khan?
No, that's a Corona. It's Corona time.
Oh, I thought it was a little white powder on your nose he was talking about.
No. He thought I had a Mexican Coke in my hands or something. It is not.
All right.
Because the real Coke are the bottle Cokes from Mexico.
Yeah, I've had those before.
Delicious.
JD?
Yes, sir.
Got a job to do, man.
That's true. Your job below.
It wasn't a lot. Because a lot of it was like during the shows.
Okay.
So, okay, well, like we don't talk about Impact, but like Trinity won the Knockouts title.
So Women's Championship. Nice.
We love us some
Shout out.
Trinity. And there was a picture that I sent Vince where it had Impact, but the P was just her ass.
Yeah, I saw it.
She took it. Like I don't think it was made. I think it was a legit thing. It was.
No,
like
I think she posted it.
Yeah. So.
I mean, embrace it. Why not? If I had an ass like Trinity, I'd embrace it too.
That ass.
Yeah, I think you and I.
And she's a fantastic wrestler and the new Knockout Women's Champion.
Yeah, congrats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Really cool to see her thriving.
Oh yeah, it's just Caroline. Yeah, apparently Impact has a digital media title.
Who?
He's someone on Impact. But
you don't know Kenny King?
Nah, I don't watch Impact.
Has he wrestled for WWE?
No.
Has he wrestled in AEW?
Probably had a match or two, cup of coffee in AEW.
Probably on like Dark or something that I didn't watch. What about like WCW or ECW?
I think he's.
No, he's more of a newer guy. He was more of an RO Ring of Honor Impact guy.
Okay, so how are you surprised I don't know who the fuck Kenny King is?
I figured you'd know.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like you might have known somehow.
Stop interrupting Katie. She's got news and rumors.
I'm not interrupting Katie.
But you know, Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly won the Knockouts tag team titles. We like them. Matt
so
likes them.
you're telling me that Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly are currently strapped? That's hot.
I concur. What else that like doesn't involve a show? Bailey was like injured, but like not really injured, not really the extent of it over the weekend. She hurt her knee. She was able to walk out of the arena without crutches. Nothing has been confirmed. We don't actually know, but they did throw up the X during the match, and she was helped to the back. But she walked out of the arena, no crutches, no nothing. To be determined. She was standing the whole time on SmackDown. She did a little bit of running, so she could have a brace on. We don't know. Speaking of injuries, Elton Prince of Pretty Deadly separated his shoulder on SmackDown last week.
Is that why he was in a wheelchair?
Probably.
Because they're extra. That's why.
That's why I'm like Corona.
So I don't know how long he's actually like not going to be able to wrestle. But, you know, we're in Cody Rhodes documentary. Cody Rhodes comes out July 31st. He's going to have BTE footage he got from the Bucks. They're going to talk about All In and have All In footage.
Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I watch people who interview him. I do my research. What can I say?
Someone has to.
Yeah, that's why I'm fucking here. I guess
It's so much easier than like copying everything you're going to say to just have you do it since you're here anyway, Katie.
That I do it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, and listen, it's always better the second night because it's with me.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Last night
Allison.
she had Allison, and how can you top
Allison.
Allison? That's Al.
I'd have to ask Will how you top Allison. I wouldn't know. Will, let us know in the comments. Continue, please.
Also, anyways, there's a lot of beef going on in AAA right now, I guess, because everybody's dropping their titles and not like working there anymore. I heard it was because of Forbidden Door stuff and how CML doesn't want to work with New Japan. I don't know, but Ray FedEx dropped all of the titles he had, and
Bummer.
I don't know. It was also because like they were the ROH tag team champions, so I think AAA tried to like double book them with the Ring of Honor show that happened tonight.
So I don't think it's that CMLL doesn't want to work with New Japan. I think it's because they are working with New Japan, and because of that, AAA can't.
Oh, I don't know. I read it.
Yeah,
as
the rival
they got
promotions,
beef.
they never work with each other, so they actually have rules in place where like AAA guys can't wrestle like CMLL guys and vice versa, or they can't be on the show. So
It's fucking
they're like they're like the WCW and WWE of like the 90s. Like they've continued that beef forever. So like you just can't do it. So I think that might be the issue. She's not.
Are you
denying
still
it.
talking? Are you still talking about how Will knows how to top you, or is this the part where they were like, "How do you top Allison as a co-host?"
Either way, I think the answer is pretty apropos for both questions. AAA started because Antonio Peña took his ball and went home. Yeah, AAA ended up being a company just because of that. They left CMLL and have serious Mexican cartel level heat.
So do I.
Really? With who?
Just kidding. Just want to keep the conversation moving.
Yeah.
That's
any other news?
That's it. Besides stuff that happened during shows, like title changes and things. So.
Well, I know you and Allison talked. San Diego Comic-Con happened, and they dropped a shit ton of new figures.
Everybody getting a figure. You get a figure, and you get a figure. Like Solo's getting one, Cody's getting 5. Who's surprised? Raise your hand. Not me.
I think Paul Bear's getting one. I saw
Paul Bear getting one. A few Cenas I saw.
Build a child thing going on.
Yeah, what's his
whatever
name?
Reason, Nicholas.
What's that guy?
Nicholas.
I saw Eddie's got a figure. Many. That was cool. Yeah.
And they're releasing new Funkos. Like the Usos are getting a new updated Funko set. Stone Cold with the Zamboni.
A lot of terrible O faces.
Yeah, that was talking about.
Are we talking about the figures or the Funko Pops?
The
or are we still talking about Will topping out?
It's the figures.
You know, it's funny. It's funny because Jesus was on his high horse over there saying, because people were upset that LA Knight didn't win his match, which we'll talk about, and he was all like, wrestling would be really boring if you got everything you wanted, and here he is getting everything he fucking wants. So shut the fuck up, Jesus.
You sound like the people that were bitching about Chicago getting all the wrestling shows.
I'm just saying, as a Chicagoan, I don't sit here and be like, you guys can't complain about getting, or you guys can't complain that Chicago gets everything and you get nothing.
Because we don't get everything. That's not a fact.
When Chicago's not getting everything. We don't get a WrestleMania. We haven't had a WrestleMania since WrestleMania 22, right? 22? 21? 22? 22.
22.
We do get a lot of shit, though. But I'm not telling you can't complain. I'm just saying you're a hater for complaining.
You just got to spread the love. That's all I was saying.
It's okay. We almost got Vince on Bull's shirt from the unclaimed baggage store. Wait, what?
Speaking of which, Will, I got a question for you. So, you guys are sending me something, right? Or have you sent it? Because I've not received it. I know Katie got her thing, and I've been patiently waiting by my mailbox every day for the mailman to come to see what's coming my way. Yeah. So.
Well, because it's my birthday, literally now.
It's my anniversary.
Well, technically, it's still not here, so we're gonna wait.
I was going to wait until midnight my time to wish you a happy birthday, but I was also going to sing happy birthday to you, so that's going to happen. So prepare yourself for that.
Okay, that's fine.
Feliz cumpleaños a ti.
Okay. All right, let's get into why we're here, what we do here on the Smackin It Raw podcast, which is, unlike AEW, spits and swallows. Spits aren't banned here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My favorite bridesmaid, spit or swallow.
All right. I can encompass this one swallow by saying one word. Misterio. Main event, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. This man main evented all 3 WWE shows. Did he win on Raw in the tag title match? No. But he main evented NXT, got the new North American Championship into the Judgment Day. He is now a champion. He is now the Dom of NXT. Then he goes over to SmackDown. Why? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. Rules don't matter anymore. We've established this. The brand split isn't real. He goes and defends it against Butch Peter Dunne and successfully retains in the main event on SmackDown. That was the main event.
I mean, the main event was the main event. Engagement.
So what? No, that was the last segment. But the last match, the main event, was Dominic Mysterio versus.
No, the main event was the segment.
No. Yeah. The main event was the match. The main event is the last match of the show. So Dom Mysterio beat Butch. Dom Mysterio beat Wesley. Judgment Day is on top. God damn it. You know, right now, I just want more Dom. And I got Dom all over all 3 shows. Like, I just want all that supplements to just sprinkle all over Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
I really hope it's furry handcuffs. I'll swallow the Dom won the North American title because fuck Wesley.
There you go.
I am not gonna subscribe to this main event Dom main evented SmackDown bullshit because it's not true.
He did. The last match of a show is the main event.
That is not true. The last match of the show is not the main event. The last thing on the show is the main event, and the last thing was the segment. Roman Reigns was the main event. Jey Uso was the main event. Jey Uso was the main event of SmackDown.
Main event, Dirty Dom.
You're just making shit up like Vince McMahon, where we can have 5 main events. Everything's a
it's the co-main event.
Yeah, no.
That was the main event match. This man was he was the closing match for all 3 shows. Respect. Put some respect on
this.
This
is the Judgment Day theme song.
If you believe.
He always posts like pictures of like someone looks like they're singing every time on Twitter. It makes me laugh every time.
I love Jesus.
Wesley lost his title. I'm happy. Katie, any thoughts?
Also, on top of that, he had a little former incarcerated inmate moment with the Don of NXT. So the Don and the Dom of NXT sharing a little mutual appreciation for one another.
I don't think there was any appreciation there.
Oh, 100%. He wished him luck in the match. Mm-hmm. The Don gave the Dom his blessing, and he won the North American title.
It was a very sarcastic good luck. Like,
oh no, it wasn't.
Kind of like he was acknowledging the fact that he did hard time and Dom didn't. They
both did hard time.
No, Dom didn't.
They knew the same dude. Benny. They knew Benny from the block or whatever his name was.
Jenny from the block? J-Lo?
Yeah, they were both incarcerated with J-Lo.
Dom sat in a holding cell and the Don went to prison. That's 2 very different things.
He killed the man. That's how he got his teardrop tattoo.
That he did not.
Wesley, aka Sideshow Bob. Anyway, Katie, thoughts?
I mean, I'm not surprised. They're kind of just building up Judgment Day. And like I said, Finn's about to flip. If he loses and Damian Priest cashes in at SummerSlam, Finn's going to lose his goddamn mind. And he's walking out, taking big head, Funko-ass pop head with him.
Oh, no, he's winning the title at SummerSlam.
That's okay, and then what if Priest just cashes in on him?
He's not?
What prophecy?
It's the
there's another prophecy that is happening.
It's the Golden Judgment Day prophecy. They're going to hold all the fucking titles that they want. Dom's already started it.
Except for the tag titles because they couldn't do that. But
they'll do it. That's Seth's fault. I blame Seth for that. If he didn't come in there and distract them and take Finn out of the equation, they would have definitely won that match.
The Street Profits.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm disgusted by all this Dominic Mysterio love. I am going to swallow. Brody Lode's exploding again, but this time in Mama Rhode's face. Cody really just sat his mom front row to watch another man smash him, and she's got to be tired of that shit. Every time he brings her front row, some bigger man is just manhandling her son, and she's got to sit there and watch it over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It'd be what it be.
So Brody Lodes explodes in Mama Rhode's face.
I don't.
Yeah. You don't what?
I don't like that.
You don't like it?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
I don't like it.
Katie Spear Swallow.
I'm gonna throw back to Collision because that's a thing you guys cover on this show, and it technically was after the show. I'm gonna swallow FTR Bang Bang Twins 2 out of 3 falls. Shit went 58 minutes. Pretty good match, I will say. FTR is pretty fucking good when it comes to 2 out of 3 falls. Cut to FTR DIY, I believe, in NXT TakeOver Toronto. I very well could be wrong. But
yes, Toronto, correct.
FTR kills it, especially in 2 out of 3 falls matches. Bang Bang Twins got close, but not close enough. FTR still tag team champion. So like I was very I was exhausted that day. I was at a concert earlier, so I came home, tried to watch Collision, was falling asleep, but I tried to stay mainly awake for this match because it was going to take the entire first hour of Collision. So I was like, well, I got to pay attention.
It was a really good fucking match. Like,
it was.
I'm not a match guy per se, but the match was really fucking good. They killed it.
Yes.
That is a fact.
King Dom and Tony D. Shout out to both.
Well, since he keeps mentioning that name, we're going to go back to me. I'm going to swallow the fact that I told you motherfuckers that Ricky Starks was going to go over on CM Punk. That if I was wrong, I'd apologize. And guess what? I don't have to apologize because CM Punk is a good man and did the right thing. Because Ricky Starks is a good man and didn't run his fucking mouth because he knew what the fuck was up.
Heel Ricky
supported
got the
CM Punk.
win.
Huh?
Heel Ricky got the win too.
I wouldn't go heel Ricky, but
I mean, he was disrespectful towards Yushin Thunder Liger after the match. Was he not? Like he brushed him, ripped the trophy off of him, and left him hanging.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see that part. I was like, who? I was like, why the fuck was Yushin Thunder Liger there? Never mind.
I don't fucking know. Maybe he has history with Owen in New Japan. Fuck.
Oh, actually, probably.
Yeah. I'm with you there, man. I'm swallowing Ricky getting the dub over CM Brooks. It was a good match. Phil likes Ricky, so you put him over. Good man. I like the way they did it, like the whole like back and forth with the pinning nonstop until Ricky finally got it like by holding onto the rope. Good shit. Ricky should have won it, and Willow Nightingale also won the women's one. So both Owen Hart Cup champions, tournament winners, were the correct ones. I don't know. It's a hard name for me to remember.
Is that your swallow? Seeing as that was
no. I'm just snowballing what you were swallowing.
Well, it had nothing to do with Willow. That was all about.
No, I was just talking about Ricky.
And then you mentioned Willow, and so now we're here. So yeah, Willow defeated Ruby Soho, which was another swallow for the Owen Cup on the women's side. Which I wanted Ruby to win just because of everything that happened last year. However, I'm not mad with Willow winning. Does anyone know how her match with Athena went tonight?
Apparently really fucking good. I believe Athena retained, and they were the main event, which was the first time in Ring of Honor history. So
very fucking nice. So swallowing all good things for Willow. Main event Willow, unlike Dom.
Main event Dom.
Death before Dishonor, even though she didn't win. She's got a nice little belt and trophy to take home from the Owen Cup. Doing good things, and we love Willow.
We love
great girl. All right, Vince, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna keep the Judgment Day train rolling, and I'm gonna swallow their promo that they had on Raw, where Rhea's just hyping herself up, how she's the most dominant women's champion on Raw. No one can touch her. And then, but I'm spitting the fact that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn broke their own unwritten rule Because for the longest time, for weeks on end, Kevin Owens has been saying, if no one mentions your name, you shouldn't be coming out. Like don't come out. Like unless you were mentioned, you don't come out. Because people kept doing that to them. He got pissed. And then sure enough, they were not mentioned at any point during Rhea's promo or Finn's promo, and then they come out and fucking just crash the fucking party. So I'm spitting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn this week. I'm slowly starting to turn on them because I really want them to lose the titles to the Judgment Day, and I really want the version of the Judgment Day to take the titles from them to be Rhea and Dom. I want Dom 3 straps to be a thing. I want Dom and Rhea to have 3 straps together at the same fucking time. So that's a spit. And then along with that, I am swallowing the main event despite the results that Dom got pinned. But he had to take 1 step back to take 2 steps forwards this week. So swallowing everything Judgment Day.
I'm going to swallow the fact that KO and Sammy gave the Judgment Day a little taste of their own medicine and retaliated back because they just keep showing up where the fuck they don't belong and no one asked for them. Outside of Rhea, you're not on the show, so it doesn't matter what the fuck you ask for.
You don't know where I am.
That's the rule. The rule is the people on the show were supposed to ask, and they didn't ask, so they kept coming up. So they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna do that right back to you. You guys want to keep fucking interrupting us? We're gonna interrupt you." All fair game. Tit for tat.
Tit for tat.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything else before we move on? Anything else in your notes about Judgment Day? Can we end the Judgment Day love fest now, please? Because I'm starting to get physically ill.
I want to take turns. I got 2 more things.
No, we're not taking turns. Both of you now. I'm done with Judgment Day for my 6-year anniversary.
I mean, mine's just about Rhea.
Get it out. Okay, go ahead, Katie.
We probably have the same.
I mean, mine is Liv being fed the fuck up and coming out swinging on Rhea, because that's the match we deserve at SummerSlam, not Raquel. Fuck her. I've seen that match in NXT. I don't want to see it again. I want to see Liv for Brutality face off against each other at SummerSlam. That's what I want.
Let's also throw in a side swallow, since we're talking about Rhea, of the fact that not only did that happen, but it happened because Rhea took Raquel Gonzalez the fuck out, which gave us new women's tag team champions. The complaint department.
Yeah, the complaint department. I love them as a tag team. Honestly, I've been warming up to them more and more recently, and they just feel like a legit tag team. Like Ronda and Shayna just felt like 2 friends. They were like have somewhat similar gimmicks, but didn't feel like a tag team. Raquel and Liv just give me thrown together tag team vibes, and I wasn't a fan of it. Plus, I don't fuck with Raquel, and I love Liv, and I want better for Liv, so I don't want her to get stuck with the curse of Raquel. Then now you have Sonya and Chelsea, and I think you can have like feuds with Sexy Ninja Team Party Disco, whatever.
Wow, you butchered that.
How dare you?
Maybe they can do feuds with Team Firecrotch over on SmackDown. There's options.
Desire. We put respect on them.
No, Team Firecrotch. I can't go to Fire and Desire. Yes.
That was my decision, and this is my show, so it's Fire and Desire. I came up with Firecrotch, and I renamed them Fire and Desire. Right here.
Also, you were calling them Team Firecrotch, and Katie wouldn't call them Team Firecrotch, so I'm going to call them Team Firecrotch.
She did. On our show, she absolutely did.
Regardless of the fact, my point is that Chelsea and Sonya are a solid tag team.
You are very combative today. You okay?
Yeah. I know.
You want to like take a second, maybe let Melissa touch you, and then come back in a better mood because you're very combative today.
No, I'm just trying to get my point across. No, I'm trying to get my point across. That's all. But yeah, so that's why I was swallowing, because like Rhea took out fucking Raquel of all people, and then they fucking lost the title. So that's why I was going to swallow. That was Judgment Day related.
What were you going to say, Katie?
I was going to say, in regards to the women's tag titles, I was only gargling Sonya and Chelsea winning because it's become the TNT title. It's become the hot potato title. The past 3 reigns have been under 40 days.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fucking stupid. We wanted these titles. There was respect on them at a time, and then your champions left because you weren't respecting them. And now here we are playing hot potato. I'm fucking over it. Chelsea and Sonya need to hold it at least 50 days. And then we'll see what happens.
I say the Rumble or even Survivor Series would be a good time frame for them to hold on to the titles bare minimum.
I mean, that's if they can hold on to them.
I think they will. They like him. For some reason they like him, and I seem to like him too now.
All right, Vince, spit or swallow your last fucking Judgment Day thing. And I will tell you right now, if you don't get the Judgment Day thing out, I will kick you from the call and continue to kick you from the call until you give me the last Judgment Day thing so we can move the fuck on from the Judgment Day.
See, that sounds very aggressive. You were talking about me, but like that.
You've made me aggressive. Please just end my misery and finish the Judgment Day.
I'm gonna swallow the Seth Finn backstage interview promo when they're just like face to face and like the tension was in the air. I thought it was great. It added a little bit more intensity to the feud because initially Finn just came off goofy initially, and then he progressively got more and more seriously as he continuously fucked up Seth and beat him up. And I thought this was great. And then Seth was like, "Oh, if you want to do this, let's do this now. Like, don't make this about the title, yada yada." But Finn's like, "Nah, bitch, give me the fucking title. I want the fucking title. Give me the fucking title. Give me what I want, damn it." He walked away and just threw a fucking chair at him and just fucking attacked him. Fucking great. The intensity of this feud is fantastic. I'm telling you right now, Finn is walking away with that title at SummerSlam. I'm guaranteeing it. Guaranteed.
I don't understand why Finn gets another fucking title shot. He's lost repeatedly. It's over. You're done. Move on. Somebody new, please. Anyone.
Because Seth is dumb enough to get beat up by Finn and get goaded into giving the title shot.
Finn threw a chair at this man.
Okay, it doesn't mean you have to give him a title shot, though, right? That's
blatant disrespect that was shown. Like, you gotta retaliate
Matt,
in some way.
If I throw a chair at you because I want to be the permanent main host of Smackin It Raw, are you going to be like, all right, let's have a match, let's have a duel of words to determine who's the permanent host of Smackin It Raw because I threw a chair
because
at you?
I'd win.
No, you just be like, fuck you, I don't have to give you anything. You threw a chair
No,
at
I
me.
wouldn't. I'd be like, absolutely. I'll put the host up, let's go, and then I'll smoke you.
All right. Well,
roll him
regardless,
up and smoke him.
Regardless,
roll
Seth's
you up and
losing,
smoke
though.
you.
Seth's losing. Finn's
Seth
bringing
ain't
another
losing.
title to Judgment Day.
All right. I'm going to swallow Gunther defeating Riddle and then letting us know that just like Finn Balor should be, Matt Riddle is done with the Intercontinental title. We're moving on. It's over. You've lost too many fucking times. Bro. You got smoked. Bro. Bye. Gone. Toodles. Hashtag Ritter over Riddle.
Toodles. I mean, I agree. Isn't he like 40 some days away from beating Honky Tonk's record now?
That's a good question. Let's look it up.
I remember seeing something recently. It was like, 44 days until he whatever. And I was like, so like, you're not gonna have him lose at SummerSlam, right? Please don't.
Another baby on the way. And honestly, if that porn star had spit and or swallowed, this wouldn't be a problem. So, maybe do your job properly and then we don't have to deal with this.
Sheesh.
I mean, you fuck for a living. You should know better.
Sheesh.
Jeez, that escalated quickly.
It's
That
Matt
really
Riddle. What
got
did you
out of hand
expect?
fast.
That's true.
Still.
This is true.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
So Honky Tonk held it for 454. How many days does Gunther have it? Anyone else can go. Like, I'm looking this
Katie,
up.
spit or swallow?
I
I thought you were going to be quicker, but I forgot that you had to type it in Spanish and then translate it and then translate it back. So it takes a minute.
Lots of translations. Lost in translation. I'm spitting the fact that the Viking Raiders decided to beat Alpha Academy, which is just plainly disrespectful to every party involved on a Team Alpha Academy, including Chad Gable, who is a star. A beautiful baby angel.
Literally
Next
the only
week
person
is
I
gonna
like.
learn how to do a moonsault, and everyone's gonna lose their mind. What, Matt?
You're spitting the fact that a team decided to win a match.
Because it's the fucking Viking Raiders. Like
I'm with you, but
I'm spending the match in general.
Isn't
match
every
is
team
good.
supposed to decide to win a match? Like,
No.
is anyone
not
going
them.
out there like, I'm not going to win this one?
They have Valhalla, who needs to put shoes on, for the love of God.
Absolutely agree.
She put her nasty feet on Chad Gable, put Maxine through a table. Maxine wasn't even in the match. Like
they did build like a quarter of a boat for this match, like,
bro,
whole ass quarter of a boat.
Unnecessary. Unnecessary.
Like, what was the reason? You could have just had the shit on like the sides. You didn't need the whole front of a boat.
Aesthetically, it looked cool.
Boat, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck that match. It's pointless. Fuck the Viking Raiders.
I have a question for both of you because you guys were both formerly of Smacked Raw, and we have talked about how the Viking Raiders remind us of Kevin and Kyle.
Okay.
Of all of the other co-hosts that were featured on Smacked Raw, whether it be RN, Rob, or either one of you two, which one would be Valhalla?
It's not me. I'm clean. Just because I was the only girl, it's not me.
Because my money's on Rob.
I
feel like
I was going to say Rob.
You know what? Can we just say, even though I don't think they were officially Smacked Raw, but I'm gonna say Marie Shadow. She fucked with them enough for her to be the perfect Valhalla like placeholder. You know, I feel like she fits the gimmick. She may or may not have a stinky foot.
I was waiting for a reply from Allison about that.
Stink face Valhalla has the stink foot.
By the way, Gunther is currently 400 days SIC champion. Hunky Tonk 454, so he's 54 days away. That's how math works.
Yeah. Which I'm glad you did because Katie couldn't do it.
How fucking dare you?
I'm gonna swallow Becky taking out Trish and Zoe, and then putting on Trish's mask. Yep, he's gonna go get that rock off. He'll come back. He'll be in a much better mood. Very less combative. Her taking the mask off, headbutting Zoe with Trish's mask, like that whole thing coming out. It was the Waller effect, right? Where she's like, I know how this works. Just bring them the fuck out. Or was it Miss TV?
It was Miss TV.
Yeah. I know how this works. Just fucking bring them out already. Like, I'm not playing your games. And then we did that. I enjoyed it. I did. And Becky's fit looked comfy as fuck. So.
Oh my God. It looked so comfortable. I've never wanted to wear something more. I think it's somebody always like takes what the women in WWE wear and like figures out like how much it is and like where they got it and stuff. I think the whole set was like over $400. I was like, nope, not for me, dog. Jesus.
This would be the time where I'd ask Vince to spit or swallow, but right now he's either getting spit and or swallowed. So Katie, spit or swallow.
Fucking stop it. I mean, we gotta talk about it. I'm swallowing Tony D's Homecoming.
I let you have that one.
Because why, Matt? Why are you letting me have it?
Because you were right, Katie. Happy birthday. You were right. Stax is not the rat. Listen, I have it right here in my notes. All right. Gallus got played, and so did I. All right. I believed it. I thought it. It made sense. I was like, this is typical WWE. It's going to happen. In my heart, even after last week, I was certain, and I was wrong. All right. I was not wrong about CM Punk and Ricky Starks, but I was wrong about this.
You're wrong about something that was more important.
Players fuck up.
Because players don't fuck up. I believed Stax from the beginning. I was like, no way, he's the rat. No. And Matt's over here like, oh, he's the rat. I was like, no, it's not.
I can't blame Matt because they played me too. Because I'm over here like, oh goddamn, Stax is the rat. Stax did it. He fucking did it. But then they showed everything, all the proof on this week's NXT, and I'm just like, goddamn.
And that
nominate that man for an Oscar.
The genius that is the Don and Stax, because they were able to fool and play me along with Gallus and everyone else. it's a swallow, and you were right, Katie.
I'm swallowing the fact that there was an actual family in the ring. Like we actually got to see the D'Angelo family in full full force. They all had crowbars. Like they all had like
You guys don't all have crowbars in your family?
No, we have other weapons.
I forget
tire irons, crowbars.
No. I forget what the actual terminology is. I think it's like hammer space or something. Where like like in Looney Tunes, they're able to like grab giant mallets or giant objects from their pocket. That's what it felt like when they all just grabbed the fucking like crowbar from like whatever they had. I thought that was kind of cool.
We have belts and chinkalas. Okay.
Chanclas.
That's what I said. Also, what's up, Bill? Thanks for stopping by before bed. Vince, now that you're back,
yes, I went to
hopefully
get
a little less combative.
I needed another
swallow.
You know what? I'm gonna swallow the Fatal 4-Way United States Championship Invitational #1 Contenders match that featured LA Knight. Yeah, Cameron Grimes. Who else was in that fucking match?
Sheamus.
There you go. The greatest masked wrestler of all time, Sheamus, and Rey Mysterio. And shout out to Rey Mysterio getting the fucking win. I was hoping he would get it, but I was like, oh no, they're gonna give it to LA Knight. Maybe they'll give it to Sheamus. But god damn, they gave it to Rey Mysterio. I'm gonna get Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar next week. God fucking damn it. It's like whoever was booking SmackDown was just like, let's give Vince a win here. We don't give him a lot. Let's give him a little some.
We don't give him a lot.
I'm spitting the person that should have won LA Knight losing. However,
pish posh.
Caveat. Because again, this was the part where Jesus was on his pedestal being like, if you guys got everything you want, it would be boring because he got what he wanted. I won't deny the fact that there is an absolute possibility that Santos and Rey will tear it down. And as long as Rey does what CM Punk did and does the right thing and lets Santos go over, we're in a good position here. If Rey goes over Santos to wrestle Austin Theory for the U.S. title, then terrible decisions have been made.
Oh, no.
There's no reason for Rey Mysterio to ever be in a mid-card title match against anybody.
Disrespectful to the GOAT.
How is that disrespectful? I'm saying Rey deserves main event level status title matches, not mid-card.
Rey Mysterio. Look, Rey Mysterio is a big name. Okay. So let me ask you this. Sheamus and Rey Mysterio, I feel like, are on the same stratosphere in terms of like their position on SmackDown.
Incorrect.
Rey
Mysterio is a main eventer. Sheamus had a cup of coffee.
Sheamus is main eventer. What?
He puts on great matches, but he had a cup of coffee in the main event.
Regardless, okay. But my point still stands. Austin, regardless of if they take the title off of Austin Theory or not, the only person that really saw taking that title away from him was LA Knight, and clearly that's not where they're going with this.
Terrible decision.
Okay, I want LA Knight to be a US champion too. Yeah. See, but my point here is that if Rey Mysterio were to win this match and it'd be Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory at SummerSlam, this would be just like a big name for Austin Theory to put over. And it would be it wouldn't be in service of Santos. It would be in service of Austin Theory. And I'll get to I'll save it for my swallow later. Santos got a moment tonight on SmackDown, which I'll talk about in a bit. But my Austin theory here is that it's going to end in a no contest somehow, either through shenanigans from Theory or something. And it's going to end up being a triple threat match. Austin Theory, congratulations. You played yourself. He's going to play himself continuously going into SummerSlam. It's going to be a triple threat match. I think that's what's going to happen.
Or the real Santos that we know finally comes out. Because
I'm thinking that could happen. And
we've had good guy Santos for quite a while now. And if you're an NXT fan, that's not who Santos Escobar is. Santos Escobar is a man who abandons his people down in NXT and leaves for a month.
Okay, enough with the slander.
Before showing back up. Elektra Lopez is still down there waiting for her ride.
Rey versus Roman is happening tomorrow for the Universal title in Mexico. What? That's happening? That's so cool.
I literally have seen shit about it on Twitter all week.
Oh, that's so fucking cool. I wish I was in Mexico right now. But the only way to do that would be... Well, I mean, I could go to Mexico. There's complications.
Anyway, so before Vince has had too much to drink and says way too much live on air, I don't know. They're gonna have a banger of a match. We'll see how it goes. I'm not opposed to it. I'd rather not put LA Knight on the back burner
guy,
for Rey Mysterio. And listen, LA Knight's not really a younger guy. Like some of these guys have a shelf life. Yeah. That we should really start pushing them now before, you know. Anyway, for Rey Mysterio to get a U.S. title shot against Austin Theory. I don't need to see that. And to your Sheamus argument, the only mid-card title I want to see Sheamus win is the IC title because it's the last title he needs. Other than that, I don't need him.
He needs to finish.
That's Sheamus' story he needs to finish. I don't need him in the U.S. title match. I didn't want to see him win. The only person in that match I gave a fuck about winning was LA Knight. And LA Knight versus Santos would have been a banger. So we got denied that. But Rey and Santos will still be good.
I feel like they're just blue-balling us and cock-teasing us with LA Knight because I feel like they know that this guy's over because they give him the mic. They let him go out with the crowd and work the crowd being on the mic. And then they don't give him the wins. Like, I feel like they're just blue-balling us until he, like, gets, like, a giant fucking win or something. But that's just me being optimistic.
Okay. While we're on the subject of things, my last swallow from Collision, since I'm already done with Raw, House of Black. Like Collision gave me CM Punk's Ricky Starks with Starks going over, Willow versus Ruby with Willow going over. We got the FTR versus Bang Bang Twins, fucking banger of a match. And then the only other match featured Aleister Black and Brody King, the
Malachi?
Kings of the Black Throne. Malachi, Aleister, they're the same fucking person.
It's all the same.
Going over some jobbers and in the process, fucking with Andrade, who came out angry and they're just waving his mask at him, which gave Andrade something to do and gets Andrade on TV. He's not just in the back as Charlotte's girlfriend. So,
Charlotte's girlfriend?
Boyfriend, girlfriend. I mean, she wears the pants.
Tom, did you get hacked by Kevin Nash? Because he's over here calling LA Knight The Rock, and he needs to be heel. He sounds like he's Kevin Nash.
The point is, Andrade and Malachi have fantastic fucking matches, and it looks like we're driving towards that. So I'm looking forward to getting back to that.
Also, it's midnight, by the way. Happy birthday, Katie.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You're not going to sing with me, Vince?
No.
That's
your commitment, not mine.
Happy birthday, Katie Kinzy, baby. Happy birthday to you. She's finally 21, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, what?
27.
You don't know how old she is?
For a second there, I'm like, wait, no, there's no way she just turned 21. I think Savannah.
The shows I have done, highly intoxicated. No.
I mean,
oh, that bird.
I would love to do it like Marilyn Monroe, but she's already been confused for my wife once this week, and I think that's a little far enough. So,
this is a true statement.
Where? When? Why? Who?
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, all.
His phone died.
Before we started Creation Conversation this morning, Mara's like, I got both Ritters this week. And I'm like, what? And she goes, yeah, I had you and your wife this week. And I'm like, my wife is Kate. Katie is someone different. She's in Pittsburgh, not Chicago.
Yep.
We're not married. She goes, oh, that makes sense. Because when I told her to kiss the baby, it was just like an awkward silence.
Like, she meant
You didn't correct her? You didn't correct her?
I did correct her.
No, Katie. When she was
Katie didn't know what the fuck she was talking about.
Oh,
I was like confused. Like, I think she like slipped once and called me Kate during the show, but I was like, I mean, that happens sometimes. It's a thing. Please no, not as the rack.
Do it.
I already took my shot.
Do it. There you go.
Because I am your favorite co-host, despite what you want to lie about our lives and on the internet in front of everybody, we all know the truth. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Beautiful. Happy birthday, Cater Todd. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
From your favorite co-host, The Rack.
so much better. Like you sounded so much better that way.
Birthday spitter swallow, Katie.
Wow.
No birthday
I was gonna
wishes,
say
just a
something,
spitter
but
swallow.
never mind. I'm gonna. I don't know if I got their names correct. But the new tag team in NXT, I believe the last names are Price and Nema. I didn't catch their first names at all. Like the tag team they've been like doing vignettes for. Yeah. They finally had a match. It was great. But it was against Scripps and Axiom, and Scripps kind of just like peaced out halfway through the match. I was very confused, but I like the fact that they're kind of showcasing them as this like dominant tag team, kind of like AOP style. Very dominant, but like I'm about it. And now that the Creeds are MIA, we kind of needed like another like strong tag team. So I'm about it. They were great. I love them.
I agree. The Scripps Axiom thing, neither of those gimmicks have worked for me. I've made that very clear. Not a fan of either. So that whole thing and whatever's going on with them and whatever's up with Scripps leaving, like that kind of soured it a little bit for me. So I didn't put it in my notes, but they were cool. So I'll give you that.
They were super cool.
Elton Prince showing up in a wheelchair, even though it's his shoulder that's messed up, is great stuff. We did mention that. I had questions.
That was before he got in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Vince, spitter swallow.
Let's go back to SmackDown. And I'm gonna swallow the fact that Austin Theory out here playing himself. He felt so disrespected by the fact that Santos Escobar came out there and attacked him because he cost Rey Mysterio the match, or potentially cost him the match because he pulled him out of the ring as he was about to get the win. Then Santos came in and was like, "Bitch, get the fuck out of there! Why are you interrupting the match?"
Even Melissa's choking on your bullshit in the back.
No, she's sick. Stop. Don't make jokes. She is sick. Don't make jokes. That's mean.
The way you said it, though, she's like, "You're sick. Don't make jokes." Like, relax.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So going back to that, Austin Theory petitions with Adam Pearce that he wants a match against Santos Escobar. I'm like, Adam Pearce is like, okay, yeah, we'll do it for the title. I was like, no, not for the title. This is not for the title. He disrespected me. I just want to beat him one-on-one. What happened? Santos beat his ass, and that gave him momentum. He has all the momentum going into next week.
It's not how wrestling works, but okay, continue.
Whatever. Point is, Austin Theory got that match, and he just went in there to take a fucking L. So I'm swallowing Santos Escobar getting the fucking dub. Double LWO wins. The W in LWO stands for dub because they're getting wins.
What does the L stand for? Losses? Losers?
Sometimes they get those, you know.
Losses, wins, and what's the L, Vince?
Overtime.
Overtime. There it is. That's the one. OT. Sometimes they have to put in overtime, as most Mexicans do.
Orgasm.
Yes. Latinos worldwide orgasm.
Speaking of which, I was thinking title for this week. Birthdays, anniversaries, spits, and swallows.
I like it.
That's the title or that's a list?
It's a list for the title.
You haven't had a list title in a while.
Can we call it Dirty Dumb Latte?
Absolutely fucking not.
Ew.
I'm gonna make Dom the title, the thumbnail. By the way,
why?
Because
I mean, it's your job. You do whatever, but
he deserves it. He had a good week.
We haven't had a list title in a while. I know you don't like repeating things, so it's been a while now. Birthdays, anniversaries, spits, and swallows.
Main events: Dirty Dom, Rey Mysterio, NXT champion.
That's longer. That's longer than what he had.
You wanted lists. I'm giving you a list.
Also, I make the titles. You make the thumbnails. I told you what the title is.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yes.
Was Braun Breaker on NXT in any way, shape, or form?
No.
That's why I liked NXT this week.
Damn it! So I can't bark at Vince this week.
I mean, you can. It just wouldn't make much sense. Yeah.
You said I can. So. Okay.
Katie, I'm sorry because I know you enjoyed it, but it was fucking ass. I am spitting Jack Perry. I'm spitting, like the burial thing was cool.
That's
until the music played and he came out with
Beethoven.
the lack of lighting and the moody whatever look on his face, and then went and won the FTW title. This was so bad. The presentation of Jack Perry post the burial video was so bad. I was a temporary hooker for a week. I wanted Hook to win. I was rooting for Hook.
Maybe that's why he lost.
I really was just like about the burial. I was like, no fucking way, he killed Jungle Boy. Crazy. I know you don't like it. I like when people like heels use symphony classical music as their music. I don't know. It's
I like
just
it
a
when
vibe.
it fits. It doesn't fucking fit him. It was trash.
It could fit him if he tries it. If he tries it a little longer. This is the first time.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
First time's not always the best time.
It was jarring. I will say this. It was a little jarring because they played the OG Jungle Boy Jack Perry song. They played the little vignette with the burial. And then he came out to Beethoven. And I'm like, you know what? I like Beethoven. You know, Jack Perry ain't half bad. I'd rather him be called Jack Perry than Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Although I will miss his song. I'm gargling right now with I'm not there with Matt, but I'm not fully there with Katie. I'm glad that the FTW title is off a Hook and it's now on Jack Perry. Maybe they're going to do something with Jack Perry. He looked better. Like I will say, as a wrestler, he looked more legit for me with whatever he was wearing on Dynamite this week, as opposed to just like looking like a Tarzan ripoff.
He was wearing leather pants.
You know, everyone looks good in leather. Name 5 Beethoven matches.
Beethoven.
That's what did I say?
I don't even know.
Beethoven matches. Beethoven had matches?
I can play that up.
Go for it. Here's what I'll tell you.
Where the fuck would you like me to find a piano, Vince?
Oh, I thought you said you had one behind you. I'm like, oh, go for it.
Oh my god, sorry, Matt.
Katie loved it, or not loved it, but Katie enjoyed it. She liked cool. Vince gargling to be determined. Jungle Boy doesn't have half the charisma his father did. He's not going to be able to pull this off.
It's
The
Jack
song
Perry,
sucked. The entrance sucked. There was no anything there. He was deader inside than everyone that's ever had sex with Darby Allin. My choice.
That was a little dark.
So yeah, no, spit. Vince, spit or swallow.
You know what? I'm surprised I even have this here, but I'm gonna swallow Charlotte versus Io Sky, and I'm only surprised because I don't typically swallow anything Charlotte, but this match was really good. I enjoyed Io Sky versus Charlotte. I thought it was a great match. I enjoyed it. The fact that Bayley's out there doing her shenanigan in the background and stuff, and then Shotzi playing her little like vignettes and stuff, creeping Bayley out and making her leave. Then the setup for the match, yeah, Io didn't win, but the match I enjoyed it. Like between that and the Fatal 4-Way that started off SmackDown, I thought those were the two best matches on the show. I enjoyed them very much.
Can you go get Melissa real quick?
No, she's sick. Leave
I
her
need
alone.
to talk to her real quick.
No, she's sick. Leave her alone.
Because I need to find out whatever drugs you've got yourself into.
You guys didn't enjoy Charlotte versus Io Sky?
That match was terrible. Charlotte was awful. Io was dragging her through that match. The only redeemable parts of that match were the fact that Shotzi showed up and did her shit on the Titantron and scared Bayley off, and then the post-match shit, and that Asuka dropped Charlotte after the match. That was it. Charlotte had the audacity to even try to perform a moonsault in the same ring as the person who is known for the fucking moonsault. I like said it on Twitter. Audacity. It's like Mongo McMichaels. He was an 85 bear. He wrestled for WCW for you children, who did the tombstone in WCW, trying to do the tombstone on The Undertaker. It would be like Justin Bieber trying to play Beethoven in front of Beethoven. Like, that's how awful it was. Charlotte dragged ass that entire match. Io barely got her through that match. It was not a good match.
Thank you, Allison. Allison agrees with me.
It's because she loves Charlotte.
And I love Io. I thought the match was good. I don't like Charlotte's character or gimmick outside the ring, but once she's in the ring, she's solid in the ring. I thought the match was good.
When she wants to be, she can, yeah. But normally,
And
it's
I
in a
thought the
pay-per-view match, and this match was not it. This was
what I
typical Charlotte
described it
dragging
as?
ass bullshit.
I described it as this match was fan fucking tastic because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the match. I genuinely did.
Don't know what shrooms you took before you watched it, but maybe send some my way because you were on something.
I don't know, man. You're a little bitter right now. You're spending a lot, not doing enough swallowing.
If they put on good shit, I'll swallow more. Shotzi leaves a message for Bayley with a pair of scissors, pinning a picture of Bayley to her luggage, which then Bayley's like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Io's trying to be like, hey, why'd you leave me? Like, she's not having any of it. Io didn't even get to grab her shit, like all of her shit. Half of it was still hanging up. Bayley's like, no, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. I need to see full Shotzi, no hair, though. So
it's coming.
They're waiting for the build up to the reveal.
It gave me spooky Alexa Bliss vibes with the Titantron stuff, and I love me a lot of that. So, and now you put Shotzi in that seat.
I was going Fatal Attraction vibes.
I'm hoping, and this is just me just thinking outside the box. What if it's like a crazy psychopath, murderous, Brutus Barber beefcake type gimmick where she just wants to cut off everybody's hair, and she's just like this like murderous barber? What if that was the thing?
You definitely did drugs before this show. There's no denying
He's
that.
probably on like his 18th Corona, and he's only shown us 2.
Melissa's like, I'm sick. Vince is up my ass, and she puts something in that Corona because you're on one tonight. Katie, spit or swallow?
Well, somebody's got to do it. I'm gonna, I'm gonna swallow the blood and guts match for a multitude of reasons. John Moxley came in there and started stabbing people because why not? All of the rules all the things that were banned the week prior and the week of, they said, nah, fuck that. We gonna do everything.
It's called blood and guts. You have to show some blood if they're not gonna show some guts.
I mean, glass was involved, thumbtacks. Pac said, fuck this, I'm out. He left. Takeshita left because they said, they're like, oh no, we won't smoke, so they left. Apparently Claudio and Pac had a match on Death for Dishonor too. I don't know how that went. So that's the thing. I don't know. I wasn't having a good time. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but it kept me entertained. I'm sorry, it wasn't a nail bed. It was a screwdriver bed.
I will say the match wasn't terrible, but I felt like once they had like the screwdriver bed and the I don't know, maybe I'm just like getting older and I don't like care for like all the like deathmatch type stuff. Because I was watching, I actually watched Dynamite. So I was watching Dynamite before the show because I had like 2 hours after SmackDown. So I'm like, let me watch the show. So I was actually watching the match. I was even showering up while I was watching Moxley bleed all over everyone. I don't know. I felt like it made me feel like, see, this is why I don't really like a lot of their like Extreme Rules matches, or I don't like death matches. Like I felt like they were just doing a little bit too much, and I just kind of sat there and just like the War Games match that between the Bloodline versus the World last Survivor Series was better than this. And then there was moments in the match where it just kind of felt like everybody was just like standing there waiting for a spot, and like everyone's just kind of like standing in the corner waiting for their cue to come in. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. There was a lot of cool stuff in there, though. I will say
that happens in all of those matches. However, in my opinion, personally, these are the matches that shit should be happening in. Hell in the Cells, War Games. These are the matches where all of that crazy nonsense should be happening. And that's because I grew up on Mick Foley getting thrown off and thrown through cells and coming out and lighting because it felt like a double ringed Hell in a Cell. They had a roof like a Hell in a Cell. Yeah. It's high up. So I expect flaming barbed wire fucking 2x4s and thumbtacks.
I was chanting for fire.
This is the shit that I expect in these matches, and they gave it to me. And the best part was I got to watch this whole thing and I didn't have to watch the Elite win because the recording that I watched cut off before it fucking happened. So I got to watch the whole thing and not have to experience it. So here's what I had in mind.
I had to tell you the ending of the match.
Swallow blood and guts. I watched the Golden Elite get slammed on glass, stabbed, thrown into a bed of nails. It was a great time. We could call this blood and cunts because the Elite brought the cunts and the BCC brought the blood. Takeshita and the Bucks stuff was kind of sloppy and shitty. I got to see Bushi wrestle. Dakota's Bushi. I got to see him wrestle. Not impressed, by the way, at all by this first performance. Like, of all the hype that I heard about Kenny's girlfriend, not really impressed. Or is Kenny's girlfriend? I'm not sure.
I will say that I don't feel like this is his type of environment. I think he thrives more in like a singles or tag, like an actual like wrestling rules type match. Like I think that's where he thrives a little bit more.
Which is probably how they should have debuted him, but they decided to debut him here, and this is the first time I'm seeing him on TV. And I was
terrible decision making.
This is a star. This is the other member of the Golden Showers. But then again, I also feel the same way about Kenny Omega, who everyone hyped up, and I have not seen this best bout machine dude in AEW since AEW's been around. So
Jesus, like I spit blood and guts because of the lack of guts.
I mean, John Moxley's guts were all over fucking Kenny's crotch and Dakota's ass. So
yeah. So wait, question, Matt, for you. So you said people hyped up Kenny and you just not impressed. People hyped up Dakota's Bushi and you just weren't impressed. People also hyped up Katsukucha Oganda versus Bryan Danielson. What were your impressions of him?
I would have had to watch the match to tell you.
Oh, I thought you did watch the match.
What was that match on?
Probably like, I don't know, whatever AEW streams their stuff on.
The match?
It was
Katsukuchi versus Bryan Danielson. Yeah. Backdoor Sluts 9.
yeah.
You know I don't watch that shit. I'm not paying for that. I did not watch. Whole show broke damn near every band that we talked about last week. Like throughout Dynamite, but majorly this match. Every band.
Basically.
Yeah, broken.
Everything.
Poor Pac got gangbanged on tax, so that he said fuck it and leaves. Don Callis also pulled Takeshita out because he saw things were going south once Pac left. And he's like, fuck that. BCC ends up starting to get fucked, but before it ends, recording got cut off. So swallow. Last thing I saw was Wheeler Yuta having his face driven into one of Matt Jackson's stupid fucking shoes.
Yeah,
and it was not long after that he got choked out by a chain by the hangman, and Mox, who was handcuffed to the ropes, apparently surrendered. They didn't put the camera on Mox when he surrendered. Like everyone just thought like Yuta like passed out or something. But then we all found out. We all found out that Mox surrendered for him. That just means Yuta's gonna get the shit kicked out of him because he lost. Again, Bryan Danielson's gonna come out in a sling and slap him.
Out by a chain and passed out. There's only
Bryan Danielson made this man do like neck stands on a rock after he lost a match. What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not saying you're not right. I'm just saying it's not right.
No, I am right.
No, you are right. I'm just saying that it's not right to put blame on him. Like he got choked out. Like, how is it his fault?
I'm not a part of.
I'm not saying you're making the rules. I'm just saying the rules are a little excessive. Poor Utes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching us live on Twitch or YouTube, we have ads for you where you can go places like dog.com and get a chain so you can choke someone out like John Moxley did Wheeler Yuta. If you go to patreon.com/Smackin It Raw, you can watch these shows ad free. But if you're joining us live,
I'm sorry, what was that Patreon again?
Patreon.com/Creation World.
You say Smackin It Raw.
Listen, you're not supposed to correct me.
Oh, well.
You're supposed to ask questions.
Be what
Mr. Fucking combative tonight. Patreon.com/Creation World. If you're watching us live, please support our sponsors. We love our sponsors. And go try out these discount codes. Get yourself a chain to choke out somebody like I want to do Vince right now.
Kinky.
Or anyone, lovingly stuff from Adam and Eve, maybe some DUBBY to give you some energy to help you get through these late nights that you'll be up with us. And here they are.
Spice things up in the bedroom, then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creationworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creationworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creationworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try DUBBY, the ultimate energy source. DUBBY is a powerful clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, DUBBY can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, DUBBY is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix DUBBY with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your DUBBY today. And for a limited time, use code CREATIA at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try DUBBY today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
I think Matt forgot to unmute himself.
And we're back.
Nice.
Vince, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna swallow more Latinos. I'm gonna swallow the first match of NXT, Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo versus Dragon Lee and Nathan Frazier. That match was fucking fantastic. That shit went left and right, up and down, balls to the wall. It was fucking good. I was surprised that Garza and Humberto didn't get the win here. And I'm even more kind of like intrigued as to what this little like tension, like slash bickering between the primos like means like after the match. I'm interested. Or are they going to go singles now? Like, they haven't really done much as a tag team. They haven't really explored much. Also, Angel Garza took off his pants, so that's a swallow every single time he wrestles. So yeah, the match was really good. So I'm swallowing that from NXT.
Spitting the end of Los Lotharios because I really thought we brought them down to NXT to do some shit, and now it's over before it even got started.
We don't know that.
I'm spitting the end of Los Lotharios because now it's over before it's even got started. But it was a good match. They did lose to Nathan Frazier and Dragon Ball Lee.
Disrespectful.
Again, not disrespectful when I give someone a nickname based on two things that you like. Not how disrespect works.
Disrespect.
Trust me, I've been disrespectful. I'm good at being disrespectful. Katie has a whole list of disrespectful ass names that I came up with today. Dragon Ball Lee is the farthest thing from disrespectful.
That's tame.
Still, statement stands.
Katie, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna spit the fact that Chris Jericho was on screen multiple times, too many times for my liking on Dynamite. There's no reason. I don't care where he goes. I don't care if he joins Don Callis' family. I don't care. Just let him go on tour with Fozzy so he's not on TV. I just, why are we spending so much time on this? I don't like it.
I agree. No, this fucking sucks. I give two shits about Jericho. I give two shits about how the JAS feel, which we'll talk about here in a second. With Jericho coming out and flipping people off and not giving them the music and why? That's why Collision's the better show. I'm gonna finish off SmackDown. I'm gonna swallow the main event of SmackDown, the rules of engagement. Jay is pissed, and Roman has to get got for putting the hit on Jimmy. Roman says Jay is just a pawn, and he has been running this business for almost a decade. We are getting tribal combat for the Undisputed Championship and the seat at the head of the table. As Roman took off the lay, he got unlaid and put it down on the belt along, as a symbol of you beat me, you're champion and the tribal chief now. And then Solo goes for a spike. Roman stops him, and Jay kicks his little brother's fucking head off.
Deserve.
Why do you suppose he stopped him from giving him the Samoan spike? I was confused by it.
Head games. I mean, the whole thing felt like head games. The way Roman left, him setting the lay down. Also, it's to prove a point. He doesn't get to just spike whoever he wants. He spikes on command, and Roman didn't give the command to throw the spike.
He didn't give the hit.
Okay. All right, I can see that reasoning. I was just kind of confused initially. I'm just like, wait, why the fuck would you stop him?
That just means the real prophecy's coming true in 2 weeks.
Finn being Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight
No,
title?
fuck that. I don't even care. Jey Uso's gonna win, and I'm gonna be there. And
Yeah,
I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Matt, you just gotta accept it, homie.
He's not losing at SummerSlam. I'm not saying Jay can't beat him, but it's going to be at WrestleMania.
It would be very apropos, though, because that's when Roman came back as a heel and started this reign of terror 3 years ago.
Was it a Backlash?
It was SummerSlam. I remember because I did the post show for SmackDown.
Oh, that godforsaken show.
I mean, we're getting John Cena and Cody Rhodes in a Mortal Kombat game. I feel like Cody Rhodes is the rightful answer here.
Well, he's not on the show, and Cody's dealing with, Brody Loads things. It should have been Cody at Mania. They fucked up. That's on them. So now we accept our fate. Tribal Chief Jey Uso.
I've actually just been more on the side of it makes like the more I think about it, the more it makes sense for like Cody to actually have some struggles because he was undefeated like as soon as he came to WWE and just
I heard
and that was
you.
his-
I heard you
Yes.
saying this on Get Joe. No, Cody's struggles were Stardust. Cody's struggles were everything in WWE,
No one
having
saw-
to leave and
no one
build
saw
himself
those
and come back
struggles.
up. Yes, they.
If-
What do you mean? No one saw those struggles?
if people weren't watching WWE back then, like you took a spell from WWE and they come back and they see Cody Rhodes, I'm like, oh, Cody's back. And he's this big guy, but they don't know Stardust. They don't know the struggle. On screen, since his return, he hadn't struggled.
He didn't need to because everything prior was struggles, and they brought it up. They made it canon. They talked
they're
about
also gonna talk about
AEW
the
and everything that went. It's on. Yeah, there's a whole documentary that proves it. Like,
Well,
no, he
barely
doesn't
now.
need to struggle. He's been struggling his entire career.
The fuck you mean barely now? The documentary comes out next week. What do you mean barely now?
Yeah, they're barely releasing the documentary. People are gonna find out the whole story because he barely
What the
mentioned
fuck are you
Stardust.
talking about? That's coming out on Peacock, which is where all
he's-
of their events are.
First came back, he talked about everything in WWE and leaving and finding himself and doing all of the AEW shit and then coming back and getting it. That was the entire story. The entire story was as Undertaker, I believe the greatest wrestler of all time, said in that documentary, you gotta, overcome your father's name. And then Cody's like, when your father is, on the wrestling Mount Rushmore, you have to get yourself out there and be the center of attention. And that's everything that he did to get to this point to where he should have won at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We
All of
can
it,
agree
that
to
was,
disagree.
That was the story.
No, I don't think so.
You're just being so competitive. It doesn't even make sense.
I'm not. I'm just like, this is what I believe. Like he didn't go through the hard times in WWE on his return. He just win, and then he finally lost to Roman. The only losses he's ever had in WWE was against Roman at WrestleMania and Brock Lesnar, I think. Wherever they had the second match.
I mean, those aren't the only losses he's ever had in WWE. Just
No, since his
he
return.
returned.
Since his return. I clarified that. Since his return, he's only had those two losses.
Vince, spit or swallow.
I'm gonna swallow Lashley potentially recruiting Trick Mello. Last week we saw him invite the Street Profits into his limo, his car, whatever. This week we saw him engage in conversation with Trick Mello gang in the backstage area. Like, what is Bobby Lashley doing? What is he cooking? I don't know what he's cooking, but whatever he is, I'm gonna be right here waiting for a heaping serving whenever he's done cooking whatever he's cooking. Because I'm curious.
I'm all about whatever Bobby Lashley's got going on. I'm very curious as to see where this is going to go. Katie, spit or swallow.
Swallowing the tag team that I love to hate, Max and Cole, because why the fuck do I like it so much? Why is it entertaining to me? A lot of people are shitting on the dance off.
It was terrible.
I thought it was hysterical.
It was terrible.
It's white people dancing, which is always bad. Like, I don't know why anybody's surprised by that.
It's the type of shit that AEW fans would be talking about. Like, oh, see, this is why WWE sucks. This is some WWE shit. If WWE did it, it'd be ridiculed. It'd be talked down
It's
about.
ridiculed already. What do you mean? If AEW, it's getting ridiculed. Every person I've seen on Twitter is either making memes of it or getting ridiculed. Like, it's either or, and that's how everything is. Like, it doesn't matter what company did it. WWE has a history of dance-offs. AEW has done one, possibly two. It happens. It might be your champion. It's sports entertainment. People were entertained. And then they had a great match. They hit their double clothesline. The crowd went wild. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, it's entertaining to me. It might not be to you. It is to me.
I really enjoyed the spicy food, fear, them getting drunk together, pre-show, them getting matching trunks and jackets, Roddy being super jelly backstage over
Jealous
the
boyfriend.
Bonding relationship. The combined theme that Adam Cole debuted and surprised Max with. Vince is correct. The dance-off sucked. in my opinion, Katie, again, you enjoyed it, but the dance off was ass. Max does a tope, which gets a big reaction from the crowd because he doesn't do things like that. They defeat Sammy and Danny, which also made me happy. And then Max freaks out when Adam touches the Triple B. They hug it out, but Max doesn't look convinced. And the fact that outside of the dance-off, just like the fucking sing-along thing between Max and Jericho that also flopped hard with me, this team is so endearing together. When Max finally drops that hammer on Adam, it's gonna be so good.
It's
I'm hoping it's the other way around. I'm hoping Cole is the one that like just turns on Max, because I do agree with Katie. The chemistry that they have is really good. I like the video game stuff. I like the spicy food stuff. The dance off I wasn't a fan of. The mashup stuff. You know, they have good chemistry together. They're a solid team. However, we've seen Max do this a lot. He was best buddies with Cody, and then he turns on Cody. Now they're feuding. He was best buddies with Jericho, and they go ahead and feud afterwards. He was best buddies for a cup of tea with Sammy Guevara, and then that went away. Now he's best buddies with Adam Cole. We see Max being able to be best buddies with a lot of people, and then it just goes south. So this is gonna definitely go south.
Max never had any friends. We learned that he only had to play single
for good reason.
He never had friends.
Yeah, he just plays his one single joystick, and that's it. Can't play multiplayer.
I mean, he had someone to play multiplayer with, and she left him.
Yeah, for good reason.
He didn't want to play with his joystick anymore. I don't know. I don't feel like I don't think they could build MJF to a point to where he would be a sympathetic babyface when Adam turns on him. So I can't see it being the other way around. I also agree with Jesus here. The if WWE AEW did an argument works in cases unlike this situation where we know that everyone on this show both watches and supports both shows, and it's not a I liked it because AEW did it, but if WWE didn't, I wouldn't have liked the deal. So me and Vince hated it. Katie liked it. It is what it is. I also saw a lot of hate online, and I was happy about it because I was hoping not everyone was going to fucking suck that off because I did not like it. I just
saw nothing but praises for it. And I was like, well, then that's where my whole argument was, because everything I saw on my field was like, oh, this is funny. This is cool. This is entertaining. And I'm like, really? Because WWE did something like this, y'all would be like ridiculing. Y'all be like, yeah.
I'm going to swallow Dragunov and Mello's promo. Dragunov has an ability to make you feel not just everything he does in the ring, but everything he says like he means it, which he talked about in that promo. But you just fucking feel all of his emotion. You believe everything that he has to say. I was about it, and I can't wait for this match. It's going to fucking bang.
This is going to be such a good fucking match. It's going to have no right to be as good as it's going to be. Because, like, we've seen what Dragunov can do. We know Mello don't miss. I don't want them to take the title off Mello. But if someone's taking the title off Mello, it should be Dragunov.
Who else is on NXT that could realistically take the title off of him? There's no good name out there, honestly. I don't know. I feel like sometimes feel like the ugly like redheaded stepchild of like pro wrestling, because I just don't get the Dragunov like love. Like, he's a solid wrestler in the ring. I didn't care about the promo. I didn't care about I cared about everything that Mello said, but I just can't get behind Dragunov. So I'm rooting for Mello. I'm sure the match is going to be really good. But I don't know, man. Like, the only way I'd be okay with Mello losing is if Mello does join up with Bobby Lashley. I got a rematch with Mello a while back, right? It's like, yes, he did. He will get Trick versus Mello down the road. I hope not. Don't split them up. You don't need to split them up. Just like you don't need to split up the New Day. Some people you just shouldn't split up.
Fair enough. Vince, you got any more spits or swallows?
Yeah, I'm a swallow Shinsuke attacking Ciampa after he interrupted his match versus Bronson Reed. He and I quote, he's tired of people getting in his business. And it's like, stop getting in his business, man. Like, Chomp, I get it. Like, Bronson Reed cost you the match, but now you fucking with Shinsuke, and then you got your ass fucked up by Shinsuke after the match. I hope this pivots into Shinsuke versus Ciampa, because that's not a matchup we've seen, if I'm not mistaken. And even if we have seen, we haven't actually seen the feud between the two competitors. So that's going to be really fun to see going forward. And just seeing Shin just genuinely get pissed by something, it's a nice change of pace, because he always is portrayed like this dude, like he's like even kill and not much bothers him. He's usually the one playing mind games with other people. For Christ's sake, he took Samoa Joe's nose in NXT and riled him up. So like not much really bothers him. So it was nice to see him get a little hot. So I'm swallowing that.
I want to care about what Ciampa's doing, but something about this just, can we just skip to DIY, please?
Dom versus Melo. Dom takes the NXT title off of Melo because Dom don't miss.
Don't encourage him. He's already drunk.
I'm not drunk.
I'm gonna gargle whatever the fuck Corbin is doing, because I was about it until this week, and every week it's getting weirder and weirder, and I don't know how to feel about it.
I'm with you. I have it like a gargle leaning into a slight swallow, because I'm like, I'm confused, but I'm also intrigued. You know, it's kind of like just trying to figure out where this goes. The fact that there was two Corbins, like the Corbin twins were a thing this week, and I'm here for it. If his gimmick is that he's now a twin, or that he has like the after image technique from Dragon Ball and he can make multiple Corbins, I think that's gonna be kind of cool. So if he can multiply himself, that's a cool gimmick. I'm a gargle with
it. Like, why the fuck are we doing a doppelganger? Why are we doing a twin? This is fucking dumb.
I don't think it's a legit twin. I think it was more of a metaphorical, like what he could be type of thing. Regardless,
what are we doing?
It was poetic.
Corbin has the ability to be someone good, and they just don't give him that opportunity. And that's coming from someone who isn't the biggest fan of a lot of Corbin gimmicks. Bob Baron Corbin was the best thing he ever did, besides Lone Wolf from the beginning of NXT. And he's not rising to the occasion. Now they're just having him do seances and shit on Survivor Island. Like, I'm not interested in it, and I don't fucking care about it. Like, I lost all interest in Corbin a while ago, and this is not helping it.
This is the first time in a long while since they were doing that, maybe the bum-ass Baron Corbin stuff, where they're actually like trying. I'm not saying successfully. I'm not saying they're doing a good job at it, but they are making an effort to try to add some layers and dimensions to Baron Corbin as a character. Because in ring wise, he's very solid. I say it every single time we talk about Baron Corbin. He has a great moveset. The end of days, that like sliding under the ring through the turnbuckle clothesline he does, the deep six, all of that. Those are all really cool moves. And then he does like this choke slam into like a backbreaker thing that I used to do as a kid. And at first I hated Corbin for it, but now I'm glad that someone's actually using my finisher as a child in WWE. So yeah, grown to love Baron Corbin.
Katie, how many spits and swallows you got left?
2.
Vince?
I have to double check. I think maybe like 1.
Katie, spit or swallow?
You'll appreciate this one, Matt. I'm swallowing the fact that there is a bingo balloon in the crowd from Bluey the entire night. And then apparently, I just saw on Twitter, Grayson Waller decided to pop it, and then AJ came out, and then they had a Bluey balloon. So then he went into the ring and held up the Bluey balloon. I fucking love Bluey. I watch it with my niece all the time. That is a great show.
It's a fantastic show. We talked about it this morning, me and Mara.
It has no right to be that good.
I've never actually watched any Bluey.
Highly recommend.
You need some kids in your life.
You don't even need that. You can just watch it. It's great.
I don't. I don't got kids. I ain't Heath Slater. I ain't trying to live that gimmick.
Last thing on my list. I'm spitting Gigi Dolan versus Kiana James because how the fuck can Kiana not be DQ'd because Gigi brought in a purse? That's not how wrestling works. If Vince and I had a match and I brought in a steel chair, Vince would not be allowed to hit me with the steel chair in front of the ref because I brought it in without getting DQ'd. That's just that's not how things work. And that logic explained by commentary really fucking annoyed me. So spitting at that whole thing based off that I get that it was probably supposed to be behind the ref's back and he saw it and they were scrambling, but that was like the worst explanation you could have come up with on the fly.
Yeah, like, they couldn't have came up with anything else.
Anything else. I mean, Cody whips people with a belt. You could have said, "Oh, it's not a DQ because it's part of her gear." Like that, I would have been maybe okay with, but Gigi brought it in, so it's not a DQ. Like, no, get the fuck out of here.
That doesn't make like
No,
we gotta talk.
not whatsoever.
Katie, spit or swallow.
I'm a swallow Chris Statlander on Rampage. Yeah, I watch Rampage because y'all don't. I knew Chris Statlander was having a match. I had to watch it. She was the main event. She defeated Marina Shafir. Whatever. But like Chris Statlander had a match and she won, and she is Mama, not Mommy. They are different people. So I love me some Chris Statlander. So I swallow.
All right, Vince, finish us off. Spit or swallow.
I loosely touched about a lot of stuff, but I'm just gonna swallow the fact that there was a lot of Latino representation across all the shows this week. We had Dirty Dom Mysterio, the main Dom Mysterio showing up on all three shows. You had Damian Priest on Raw as well. You go to NXT, you get Garza, Humberto, and Dragon Lee there as well. You also get Elektra Lopez, Valentina Feroz, and Yulisa Leon was there at ringside for the tag match initially. SmackDown, you got 2 LWO members getting wins on the show. AEW, I guess I'll give them points for having Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara on the show, but I think that's about it. But sure, that was a lot of representation this week. Some are not the people I'd want to be representing us, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
Raquel was out there too. I mean, she got fucked up.
What about her?
Tag titles, but she was there.
Oh, and she doesn't represent us. We don't claim her.
Katie, what was your favorite show this week?
You know, Matt, that's a great question.
Vince, what was your favorite show this week? What Katie thinks?
NXT. Dirty Dom, your new North American champion. Sammy's Latino card is revoked. We passed him off to the white people. Actually, that's true.
We didn't want him.
I was mostly talking about.
Yeah, we don't want him either.
Okay, well, you could just leave him in the gutter or something.
He doesn't get people.
Daniel Garcia, though, I'm down with Daniel Garcia. I don't know why, but like his theme song, his dancing, just pops me every single fucking time.
I'll say Raw because I don't know.
I'm gonna go Collision because Collision was a damn near perfect show.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go NXT because the Don came back.
No, Collision because Collision was a damn near perfect show. They gave me everything I wanted, nothing I didn't.
That's true.
Vince, tell everyone where they can find you.
You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SCSVince. The link tree in my bio takes you to everything Straight Talks, Smackin It Raw, Creation World, and Getcho. I just recently did an episode with Bakley from Bloodline Entertainment Network. We finally got him on the show. He linked up with me and Basharat. We talked NBA free agency, so that's a thing. We haven't done the show in a minute, but I encourage you to go and watch and listen to the last episode of the Getcho podcast. My girlfriend Melissa was on there. She made her podcasting debut. It was a fun time. We say we talk about basketball. We really don't talk about basketball. We only really talk about with Victor Wembanyama's security guard bitch slapping Britney Spears. So that's conversation kind of went that way. So it was a fun time. It was good to listen. So go ahead and check that out.
Katie, plug yourself for everyone listening.
You can follow me on Twitter at GatorWrestling13. The link tree I'm about to take out things She Elite Showcase. Twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase, typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. YouTube.com/She Elite Showcase. Watch your videos because they're way more entertaining. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, if you want to listen. There's so much shit on the channel. Just go watch it all. I have very little things planned for 2 weeks when I'm gone for 2 weeks. So I'm trying to figure all that out.
Thank you guys for joining us for my 6-year anniversary celebration and Katie's 27th birthday. You can follow me on Twitter at Matt Rivers, at MATTRIDDER, on Instagram and Threads, but mostly Threads because I don't use the Instagram, at Smackin It Raw, as well as TikTok. And for your horror content, you can follow me at Getting Offed on Twitter only. Tomorrow, Getting Offed, Saw 2.0. We will be talking, and it's going to happen this time because work's not going to fuck it up. We were talking Spiral. We were talking Jigsaw. We were talking saw traps as sex positions. And hopefully Just can join us because we're going to do it sweaty session style, where pretty much I'm just going to let everyone interpret what I meant by that and figure out how they want to go about it. I'm not really going to give any outlines. So we'll see how everyone interprets sex position or saw traps as sex positions and where they go with it.
Interestingly enough, the sweaty sessions for the next Get Show is going to be Saw-related traps with wrestling. So it's going to tie into your episode. So go watch Getting Off, and then you'll be able to watch Get Show with more context clues.
You should always go watch Get Show. Support our boys, Benji, Justin, and Vince's side hustle over there as the Katie Kinzy of the Get Show podcast.
Maybe would it be Latino stand up
for Daddy Delgado, Miss Katie Kinzy Bebe. I am the patron saint of podcasting, Warden Matt Ritter, and this has been the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub.